Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wargroove. So, you'll be noticing it's quite a lot sooner than my last video was compared to the previous one. I'm just really in the mood for Wargroove, so let's groove some wars, war some grooves. We'll work on it later. The dashing general, having fallen to Nuru, the Heavensong Border soldiers call in their commander. I butchered that so hard. I demand that you leave these lands. We will not stand for aggression on our sovereign border, especially from the Floran savages that accompany you.
What?
You little! Who are you? My name is Ryota. I don't actually know how to pronounce it now that I think about it. Ryota? Ryoto? Ryota. I command the Heavensong Border Forces. How about you command them to cool it? Who are you to demand that of me? This is Nuru of the Gloomwoods, and I'm Mercia, Queen of Cherrystone.
How unexpected.
Truly, why would the Queen of Cherrystone align herself with such poor company? Or, okay, that's it. I'm going to wipe that smirk off your pretty little face. Yeah, there's got a pretty little face. So the rose blooms and reveals its true colours. To arms, then. You're not helping, and you're not doing any favors there, Nuru. I'm not just going to let you attack Nuru. You'll have to go through me. I mean, sticking up for your friends, I guess, but oh, this is a bigger map. You have threatened the safety of Heavensong. You're making a huge mistake.
No.
I believe not. I know what the Floran are capable of. I will not take any risks. Christ, this is a lot bigger. I didn't remember this mission at all. So, this is a surprise. Excuse me. Okay, so they've got 3 barracks again, as well as a tower right at the back, so we're going to be dealing with air units the whole mission. A fairly choke point heavy map, considering the only way over to the other side of the map is through these bridges. Is this ocean tile? Yeah, it's sea tile, so it's not like the other one where there was swamps and we could wade through them. They are actually just rivers. We start with a wagon, which, considering the size of the map, is very helpful. Right, well, without further ado, let's get moving. How far can this move? Okay, I'm going to send one of the archers into this, and then use it to go... 1, 2, yeah, okay, use it to go and capture this village up top. This archer can start moving towards this one because it's closer. Where does it look like they've got the most concentrated forces? Honestly, up top is probably the hardest hitting, so we'll send Mercia up to capture this one and head her up towards the top. We've got very low starting income. We've got, what, like 2 villages, is that? 1 village, in fact. Ooh. Cool, we'll send this guy over here so he can capture this next turn. The knight can go down this way. I'll bring the alchemist up this way as well. These 3 will head off this side. These 3 will head off this side. And guess what? It's the start of the mission, so you know what we're building. And yeah, we've got our own tower, very well defended, but we're not going to have to build anything from it for a while. We need to keep the alchemist safe because those harpies could be a real pain. Seriously, what is it with the game and building ballistas? I just love ballistas. To be fair, while he does have a much better starting income, and we can have a look at it. Yeah, he's got 900 income. That's still not really enough to make use of all of his production structures. He could produce like a harpy and a swordsman each turn, which honestly would probably be enough to kill me. But he is going to have to skimp out. At times, at least. If we can at least make good headway on capturing all of these, it'll be good. Should have moved him smarter so I could Be a bit closer to the next one. Fortunately, this guy is going to sort of cut off my cavalry quite quickly. Okay, I think I'm going to delay this for one turn and just get more income instead. I feel like that's probably a better use, because at the moment we can't really fund 2 barracks anyway. Let's get the forces to use both of them before I actually get them. Makes sense. I think anyway. Mercia this way. Build a pikeman. Where do we want to send the pike? This way, I think. So, 1, 2, 3. How far down can we get the wagon? Not as far as I'd like, but it'll still be useful. We can send the wagon in and actually drop the pikemen off next to this village, I reckon. Use it to try and capture it. That's all my units, it's just the tower. I'm not the hugest fan of Ryota's theme, but it ain't bad. Oh, it reminds me, I did turn the music up. I asked 2 episodes ago if you wanted it louder, and then last episode I forgot. Anyway, oops. So endeavouring to fix that now. I'm gonna leave the pikeman, leave this guy here this turn. Pikeman off in the mountains. Thought I did this already. Oops. Get another pikeman. Keeps him out of range, and pretty much no matter where he moves I should be able to get a crit on him, which is good. I could do that, but it would put me at risk of both range units, so very poor choice it would be. I need to send some reinforcements up to the top pretty soon. But right now this middle area definitely seems to be the most concern. I could make a harpy of my own this turn, and it will become as no surprise to you, I really want to build a trebuchet. So we're going to hold and try and build one of those. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Even with the first strike, Mercia should still wipe these guys out. No, not quite. See, now that's scary. And they're retreating from the top half. Oh, that is bait. That is such hard bait. Oh, but I have to, don't I? Yeah, I have to. At worst, 2 enemies are going to hit this alchemist. As long as I keep the other one alive to be my anti-air, we should be alright. Build a trebuchet right in the middle of the map. right down here so that nothing can get to it. And have good range of anything coming in. Get in there, we'll drop him off. This is going to hurt because we don't really have anything to follow up on it, but I think taking out this guy this early on is very powerful. Reducing the enemy's range capacity is good because at this mission that's so choke pointy, if we can severely reduce the number of enemies attacking us, it's going to go very well for us. As long as Mercia doesn't die, she's very... Okay, I'm going to reconsider my phrasing on this. As long as Mercia doesn't die in one shot, she is very tanky thanks to her groove, which she'll probably get next to. So I can be a bit more ballsy with her than I was with some of my other commanders. I'm reasonably certain that these guys are both going to go and try and double team this guy, but not certain of it enough that I'm willing to risk this pikeman before he has a chance to get a crit. If I put this here, it means Mercia can only be attacked from two sides, and one of those is water, so it's pretty unlikely she gets attacked from there. Okay, let's see how this goes. These early turns will be the scariest. Once the enemy has to fight on a much more even footing, we'll be at a safer position. Yeah, that's a crit, I think. You guys are probably wiped out. Yeah. I should have double checked that. I wasn't sure if a archer crit could wipe out an alchemist, but my fault for not checking. That's a fucking dragon, hello? Game, why do you have to give the enemy such a tech advantage? They get giants and dragons. What do I get? Trebuchet is my most advanced piece of technology. Okay, we need to get a ballista up pretty quick then, because that's the only thing we've got that can reliably counter a fucking dragon. This is... dogs, no, this is not going to go well for you. Dogs against pikemen in 4 defense terrain? Yeah, no, not going to work. Take care of them. Pikemen in the mountains are a very scary thing. Now hopefully this guy advances on us this way and I can get him into range of my alchemist. Shit, it's not in position. How much damage do you do to these guys after you move? Okay, still enough to kill. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to move you... Oh, I can't move you there. Okay, whatever. I'm going to move you here. I can't move you out of range and also into position. You'll be able to get into the mountains next turn. Shit. This guy can go wherever the fuck he wants. weaken him up. Actually, what am I doing? I don't need Mercia to get the kill. I should be attacking with her first to lessen the damage to my other troops. Mercia's already got a groove. I don't need her to kill extra things. Oh, she can't even kill that anyway. Great. I can't get her into any really advantageous terrain. Fuck it, I guess I'll keep sitting here because the ranged units can't get to her again this turn. So this is probably her best position.
I won't fail.
Reasonably, I don't want to open up this alchemist to be able to take too much damage. Because I need them, because I don't have any other anti-air at the moment. This guy is zoning out my fucking trebuchet. Move here, it goes up 2, across 2. Not good. Seriously, you can't move into range to hit this guy? It's so useful. Whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking really hard here. I should probably say something, huh? I'm just trying to figure out the most effective position I can put this in to cover both ways, and I'm fairly certain it's here, but that leaves it at range of the ballista as well as the harpy, and I'm reasonably certain it can. I'm reasonably certain that they can deal with both. It'll deal with one or the other, sorry, but it cannot deal with both. I didn't realise the ballista was 800, I really needed that this turn. I should have planned my spending better once I saw that dragon. I mean, to be fair, in my defence it's hard to see what the enemy's producing because my player icon's up in the top corner there. You leave that up there. Okay, well, our income is what? Income is 700, it's probably going to be 600, which means I need to leave at least 200 gold. Pikeman and salt. I think this is the best position I'm going to get for it. Okay. Oh, it just attacked Mercia. That's not what I expected, but I'm glad it did. Oh, it's the dog that came and attacked Mercia. I think that does a little more damage than the swordsman, but should still be fine. As you can probably guess, I was banking on using Mercia's groove this turn. Yeah, I'm not surprised they took that. Is that in range? I'm not actually sure. Please don't kill. Okay, thank God. I needed the ballista to be occupied with that for another turn. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Ryota's moving. Oh, depending on where he moves to, we could make this a very short battle if we can. Just get everybody I want it to. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's what we're doing it. So now we just need to make the most favourable trades that we can. I mean, this hurts, but we don't really have a choice. Wait, no, she's gonna move. So okay, as long as I wait. Okay. Relax, Luke. Relax. It still isn't great positioning, but it at least covers this bridge and the start of this bridge. I need this trebuchet to start doing things. I can't afford to give it another turn to sell. So. Oh my God, he's just out of range. I know you did that on purpose, game. I know you're smart. Which is really annoying. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I guess I've got to. Yeah, you can't take anything from here. Oh, fuck it. We ball. That's what I do believe the kids say these days. Got to weaken the units up here just to stem the flow for a minute. Are we willing to let this guy wreak havoc for another turn? I think so. Okay, first let's get this fucking ballista. Okay, it will be able to zone out anywhere that that dragon's going to go to. Which is good. Okay, whichever harpy we don't attack, we can at least... Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this guy to take this one out. Not how I saw using this one originally, gotta be honest. But hey, it works. We're going to use this guy. Weaken this guy. Yeah, very, very descriptive. Okay, see if we take out the dogs. We do. Good. Now, I need to make sure, whatever I do, Mercia is not standing on a fucking road, because if Mercia stands on a road, then that's disaster. Because the dragon, if you remember, it crits when the unit it's targeting is standing on a road. It will already do... God, well, how much damage does it do to commanders? Let's find it in here. It's not even in here. But as you can see by its insane damage values on pretty much everything else, it gets torn apart. Or, sorry, it tears apart. It gets torn apart by anti-air, but it gets absolutely just demolished. Anything that it gets hit by gets absolutely demolished. Alright, let's do this.
I'm here to help. Healing aura.
Make her and the two other weakened units we had nice and not weakened. Realised something a bit too late, and that's that I did not properly screen my ballista. I need it at high health. Well, let's face it, this dragon is coming for Mercia no matter what. It's not going to target these fucking soldiers, so I'll just use this guy to screen for the ballista. and that hopefully baits the dragon into one of these two positions, which we will then be able to attack it with the ballista. Shit, what if these both attack Mercia? I hadn't even thought of that. Ugh. Well, this could be game over right here. So let's hope not, I guess. No, I'm an idiot. What else is new, I suppose? Alright, hang on. Oh, this wagon. It's going to save me. Okay, now only one of Mercia's... Oh my god, it can get around there. No, we could still be screwed. Okay, whatever. We'll do that and just hope. We weaken this one, so hopefully it doesn't do as much damage, and hopefully 80% health on one Teferian is enough to tank both the dragon and the harpy. Or hopefully the dragon just goes here. Oh, Ryota, what you got? Yes! Okay, I'm pretty sure she can tank this. Well, tank might be, yeah. Take 40% is probably not tanking, but yeah, fucking whatever. Mercia's alive. I don't care what else you do on this turn. I'm happy. I've got two big siege weapons up. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Ryota is still moving in. Dude, they absolutely ganked these swordsmen. I don't understand why they didn't go for the archer. Is the archer not a bigger target than the swordsman? Whatever. No complaints from me. See, even the ballista, the dedicated siege anti-air weapon, doesn't even kill the fucking dragon. Barely scratches the damn thing. This guy can just be the bait for this cavalry, hopefully. Finish this guy off. Okay, now let's check. Are they building another dragon? No, they've just built a giant this turn. Okay, that we can handle much easier. Mercia, go in the wagon, go and get yourself healed up at this one of our back villages. Holy shit. You deserve it, Queen. Fuck. Here we are once again moving away. We do not want to be caught in range of these guys. Unfortunately, we kind of are no matter what. Fuck it. You're going down, go out swinging. This archer has given us such amazing value, so I can't really complain. He's doing God's work up there, basically holding that side off by himself. There's no way I can set this guy up to be in crit range of the village. I think I prefer to take out the village so it doesn't heal more. There we go. I'm turning into the AI, I'm prioritizing villages. Oh dear. Really annoying that I can't get to attack even this weakened pretty archer because he's hiding. What a wimp. Well, I bet if I'd moved this guy first I probably could have got this alchemist up to here. That was a mistake. Guard the trebuchet. Guard it. do we want more of over here? I think another alchemist right on the front lines would be very helpful. Yeah. We'll get a pikeman here so he can load up in the wagon next turn and get back out there. Please do not do 43% damage. I've got to check my movement ranges before I do these things, man. I'm crippling myself here. Okay, it doesn't do 43% damage, thankfully. Archer, you've served me well. A moment of silence. Oh my god, he lived. If we can get that archer out of there. Nah, no, alright, he's toast. I was gonna say, if we can somehow get that archer out of there, get that guy a bloody Medal of Honor. Didn't do very much. He went that way? Okay, I guess we'll just hold this bridge here for a minute. Yes, that's what we wanted. I think he's now positioned himself so that I can kill him and take out the village. Yeah, cool. We're all good. Use the weakened one to kill him. Use the strong one to take out the village. Not that that was really necessary, but you know, hey. There you go. Don't really know why the enemy built a Sky Rider because I don't have any air units, but hey. Hex is a pretty powerful ability, so he's probably planning on making use of that. Hopefully we take this up. But even if we don't, yeah, okay, he did. No need to finish the fort. Yeah. Can't get an anti-air over there this turn, but we're also going to reinforce Mercia, so that doesn't matter as much. Take out that thing so that we stop getting chipped away by it. It's not doing much by itself, but hey. These both move 4 to get here, right? So, yeah. Take care of that guy. They've got no ranged units now. I want to try and keep injured units alive where I can as Mercia. Take care of this guy. Injured units are a lot more valuable to Mercia than they are to most commanders. Most commanders just use them as chaff, but because Mercia has such a big AoE heal, you know, she quite likes them. They're very useful. Yeah, getting this barracks was really crucial. If I hadn't been able to, if I hadn't like prioritized it and had gone for the villages completely, like gone so far as to try and get this village first, I would have been so screwed. I needed the immediate production on the front lines. And please kill this. Thank you. Unfortunately, I've been positioned poorly and can't actually get a unit in on it, but hey, that's fine. The giant is incoming, and we are coming in. Badumtish. Heed my advice and turn back, Queen of Cherrystone.
No.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I do like the line she just had that. No, I don't think I will. Okay, we've got enough anti-air around here. I need to make sure that my forward force has a little bit. And yes, those two are my entire forward force, don't ask. Cool. And this turn it's just swordsman for us, but that's fine. Shit, that's bad. Okay, hopefully he just he's got two bigger targets than the trebuchet, I would hope. Chris, it's only turn 8. That was not what I expected. I mean, even if I lose my tower, I can get it back quite easily. Cool, he can just fuck about down there then, I really don't care. That's bad. I didn't see that one happening. I saw something like this happening. What's the dog doing? I don't think this will do too much. Oh, it did a decent bit. Yeah, I mean, we can't get the pikemen in to deal with this guy, so the trebuchet has to be the one to swing at him. Which is bad because I wanted to position it to be able to get to the giants. With the biggest possible high roll, this guy can kill. He doesn't, but the horseman is no longer a threat. But I will even do that just for good measure. Get rid of him. Yeah, I can't get to him, but he's just going to attack either the tower again or the fortress, and neither of those really matter. Like, he can't do anything meaningful to either of them, so... I'll hold these two here, we'll take out the swordsman wherever it goes, and then start moving in on this side. My siege weapon in place, well, one of them. It now covers both bridges, which will allow us to take out air units as they approach, but more importantly give us some more things to damage this giant. And I changed my mind, I'm going to retreat. That giant is coming in rather strong, so... But if it moves to either of its furthest extent, we have it in range of the ballista at least, so we can start softening it up. Cool. There's no point. Ah, cool. Give me some of that income back. In dire need of more. Oh, now Mercia's back in top shape. We'll load her into here. Get her back up on the front lines, because we'll probably need her for the giant. There, we've got a lot of semi-injured units here. Again, that's good for Mercia. We'll get a lot of value out of a groove as long as some of these survive. we've whittled him down to basically a skeleton force. So when we start pushing, it's gonna be pretty tough for him to come back from, which is what we want. Put another pikeman on this front. Build a swordsman. No, I'll build a token alchemist. Because this one will be able to hit it most of the places it goes. If it decides to just run away or try and hit something else. So. And if not, alchemist is basically just a more expensive swordsman. It hits most things for a decent scale. What? One lone dog goes. He will infiltrate the village with his cuteness and then take it over from within. The AI in this game sometimes, man. It does funny things. Like this. You ain't killing this, son. And you're just going to take like 30%. Where? Huh? What? Why? They're going for the top village, that's why the dog was going there. And fun fact, strongholds take half the damage that other buildings do. Things you learn while browsing wikis. Oh, if they're trying to do things up here, I'm going to move Mercia up there to stop them. And then move the trebuchet up as well. We'll hold here this turn. But I'm going to use a small number of these units to start pushing in this way and make headway if they start coming up here. Get a few units ready. We want the injured ones to stay up near to Mercia as well. Cool. This will be a knight's turn, I reckon. Start sending him up here to help ruin these guys' day. We'll do this. It's going to be a slow march down this way because it's pikemen and pikemen only do slow march. But we'll get going that way anyway. Cool. And just another swordsman. I feel like it's probably obvious from this battle, but I cannot understate the advantage that having the numerical advantage is when you're a human compared to the computer. Just having too many things for it to hit is a real problem for it. And they've got another harpy. I can actually see it this time. So they are not screening their ballista. They clearly have not learnt from me. But it's a bait. I see what it is. Yeah, it won't be in range for long, so let's weaken it while we can. As much as taking out either of those other two would be very helpful. It's clever positioning from the AI because they don't just take the trebuchet hit. Like trebuchet crit, sorry, on their giant. If I had another pikeman here, I could make this much more effective, but it's my own fault for not having one, so. Fuck it, let's go. Sacrifices must be made. Sacrifice for the many. I want to weaken this thing up so Mercia can kill it. Not yet. Need to feed the groove and feed it hard.
Brace yourself.
Yeet. Nice ballista, nerd. Good, groove's charged. Get the wounded troops up here. Not everybody's going to survive this, but hey. It's a war. Groove. I'm sorry, that was bad. Please laugh anyway. Screen Mercia. Son of a bitch. They're playing me by my own book. I can see why he ended up putting his ballista so far forward. It's got massive movement range. Sure. What's $2 going to be? Huh? We might as well. You never know. Could be the difference between life and death for that guy. Make another knight. No, actually. A harpy of my own. Fuck it, I'm willing to skip one of my bases because I really want another pikeman. 1, 2, 3, so we want it. Okay, I guess not because the swordsman's there. Go here, this is close enough. This blob of numbers is going to be huge. Ah, damn, I didn't see that one. That was a mistake on my end. Oh yeah, no, these guys are dead. This thing's critting at like its highest damage range. And that alchemist is also probably dead. It's not a crit, but alchemists don't do well against horses. Okay. That could have gone better, but we're alright. Moving my harpy up. This fucking idiot is still in range of my trebuchet though, so he just took 2 rounds of trebuchet and died, and all he did was kill 1 mid-health fucking pikeman. Consider it a qualified success. Fuck it, I'm not even going to use Mercia's Groove this time.
I won't hold back.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to press in this way so that if Ryota tries to retreat, well, he's going to find it very hard, put it that way. mean, I might as well. Now, if Ryota uses his groove, things could get a little spicy, but we hope not for that eventuality. Another knight. Okay, we just hope this kills. It's got a good chance to. Nah, damn. That's like 1% health. Literally. Okay, well. These two are fighting a war of their own down here. Like, promote these pikemen when they get back. Yeah, I'm reasonably certain that an alchemist will do more than a swordsman against a knight. Yeah, I was right. Ain't gonna kill, but damn close. Yeah, no way to kill it this turn, so I think what I need is probably an archer, so I'll build one of them next turn. Screen for the trebuchet again, as always. How I like to spend my life, screening for the trebuchet. There would be nowhere in life if it were not for my trebuchet. Yeah, they still tank an extra hit.
Draw your final breath.
Man, yeah, that would have been a perfect time for you to use a groove, dude. Look at that line. Oh, I set it up beautifully for him. Oh, I'm glad he did. Jesus. I know I haven't said what Ryota's groove is, and that is on purpose. I'm hoping that he uses it, rather than me have to explain to you what it is, because that would be way cooler. But it's not looking likely, is it? Our final confrontation draws nigh. Screen the siege weapons. Is what we must do. We must screen for the siege weapons. Remember, that is how we spend our lives. Screening for the siege weapons. Yeah, good. One, two, three, four, five. Damn, I was really hoping for a crit. Still, I think that's probably a shot worth taking. The issue is he can retreat pretty far. How far back does it go? It's 3 tiles, okay. Damn, okay. fuck it. Let's just,
I'm here to help.
we get rid of it right now, so we can build towards the next one. We'll get good value out of this one. So if we're getting good value out of it, we might as well do it, because then we, as I say, we can build towards making the next one even better. Weakening him. These guys ain't gonna move, they're just here to scream for the trebuchet. As always, it's how we spend our time. My favourite phrase, scream for the trebuchet. Choke points, like I mentioned at the start of the mission, they're really clogging up my forces. Which, in hindsight, I now realise it's exactly why they did it. Because of Ryota's groove, having your units clogged up like this is the perfect showcase for it if he only uses it. Like, this is the best time he has to use it. If he's going to use it, he'll use it here. Okay, this is not a kill because they're not critting this time, it just nearly kills them. He heals. And he goes, yeah, what? No, that's so terrible. I mean, he uses it partly to escape, which I guess is why he does it. But yeah, Ryota can go through, can use his ult to go through enemy units and allies. He'll go through as many as there are in a straight line. He'll deal, oh god, I think it's 30% damage to enemies, and he'll do no damage to allies. Let him know that he cannot outrange the artillery. Just keep shooting him, do not let him escape. Chase you to the end of the earth, Ryota. Don't make me. It cannot die from this attack. Okay. Come on. We're nearly there. We can do it. We're nearly there. Take him down. Come on. Final push, guys. If he was not in fucking mountains right now, he'd be so dead. So this was actually a pretty good groove use. And I know I explained it very poorly. Basically, he can dash in straight lines, and the length of the line is dependent on how many units. He chains through as many units as there are in the line, and he can do this an infinite number of times as long as there's units. He can't go through the same units twice, to my understanding. But, like, from here, which is what I was expecting, he could go, like, here, here. He would end up here, but he could chain through some of my other units that I'm sure were here at the time. So, he could go through a lot. I'll show it you in the hero gallery when we're done, just to give it a better explanation. But trust me, his groove is very good. In fact, to my understanding, competitively, it's actually the best. Not that I really care about that sort of thing. I don't play games like this competitively. But yeah, to my understanding, it is the best. If I heal this guy up, yeah, actually, hang on. He'll do more damage to Ryota. Not enough to make a difference, actually. So it was probably a mistake. But oh well. Yeah, I don't play the game competitively, but it is, to my understanding, the strongest competitively, which makes sense. It's got the highest potential damage of like all of them. Stop his escape. Do not let him run. I'm so annoyed that wasn't a crit. Like, look how far I went. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, that was a crit. I just didn't notice. LMAO. I was about to complain that I once again couldn't crit with my knight, but you know, I was wrong, as it turned out. I can in fact crit with my knight. Screen. Screen. Screen if you want to go faster. Wait, no, that's not right. Drop the archer off so he can just put at him, and I think we've got this. He's cornered by so many units, and he just used his groove, so there's no way in hell he's going to get it back anytime soon. Not soon enough to escape. He doesn't have the ranged forces necessary. Fuck it. This one guy is going to go take these guys on. I didn't have to, I could have pulled him back and saved him. But I wanted to try and get these guys across the bridge. You know, their own little mini mission. Cool. Okay, I am confident enough to say I don't need to move anything else. I can end the turn there. There is no way in hell he managed to get away. And there's just not enough things in range for the enemy to kill Mercia either, so she's not even in danger. Like, they're gonna try, because that's what the AI does, but yeah, man, you do that. Also, I don't know if you noticed, doesn't even kill it. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, but Ryota has blade legs, which I think is just badass. You know, just thought you'd like to know that. Come on, everything you got, guys. Everything you got. No, no, he's escaped the artillery. He's so low. I'm chasing him with such weakened units. An absolute battle of attrition. Him charging his groove back up for him, which is dangerous. This is a ballsy plan, but if it works, I'm going to be very happy. Okay, I just need to kill this dog. Sorry, make the dog run away. I think I got it in me. See, we've noticed several times that I get tricked by the enemy's buildings, or the enemy being able to walk through their own buildings. It's happened to me numerous times in this campaign that has royally fucked me over. However, an important note that I don't think has come up until now. You can also walk straight through neutral buildings. Which lets Mercia come and get the final blow guaranteed on Ryota.
This ends now.
I'm sorry, Ryota.
My Empress.
It had to be done. Dude, she got a groove off of that. It's hilarious. Ooh, we did it.
You.
Man's down bad. He's caught simping. Look at him. Look at that. You are a great commander, Queen Mercia.
No.
But the nation of Heavensong will not yield to you. Please, just listen. That's not what we want. We didn't mean any harm in coming here. We simply wish to speak with Empress Tenri. The Empress?
Hey!
Hey, that's my mom you're talking about. Is that like a? Does that sound like a young boy? I don't know. Prince Koji. I saw you all fighting. Yeah, that sounds better. I'm not gonna let these guys anywhere near my mom. Me and Tenko here won't let that happen. It's like the most characters we've had in one story frame. Hey, nice, I still got an 8th rank out of that, that's pretty good. Right, so what we would have unlocked from that one is Ryota's codex entry, go figure. So we'll go with that, and then I can also show you how his groove works, so it works out. An unwaveringly loyal supporter of his empress and his nation, Ryota is committed to the protection and preservation of Heavensong. He is quick, both in body and mind, and a superb strategic thinker. I was gonna say something that's a massive spoiler, but like when it says unwaveringly loyal, trust me when I say it means it. Ryota is a man of honor, raised from a young age. He's a man of honor, raised from a young age to value the qualities of integrity, virtue, and loyalty above all else. At the age of 4, he began his education at the Cogante Academy, sure we'll go with that, where he studied literature, arithmetic, engineering, and the arts, alongside military strategy and martial arts. God, what a nerd. He graduated with the highest honours at the age of 16, 2 years earlier than most Cogante alumni. Jesus Christ. It's really, again, further proves I cannot pronounce anything that is not, like, English in origin. It's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, he entered the army immediately upon graduating and rose quickly through the ranks. He lost his legs in a border skirmish when he was 22. While this might have led many to falter in their dedication, it only doubled Ryota's resolve. He sought out one of the finest swordsmiths in Heavensong, a man by the name of Takeshi. I think it's Takeshi because that looks vaguely like the spelling of Takeshi's castle, so if you know, you know. And asked him to design and forge his bladed legs. Once they were made and fitted, he spent thousands of hours training himself to walk and then to fight once more. It's been 5 years now since he lost his legs, and through his courage, hard work and tenacity, he has become the most esteemed and respected commander in the Imperial Court. Like I said, he fights with his sword legs. Sword legs. Like, again, I keep saying this for Heavensong, but is that not badass? Like, Heavensong has some of the biggest badasses out there. And yeah, here you go. This is the better way of describing it. He dashes through rows of enemies, dealing 50% of the damage he would inflict at full health. Okay, so it's not fixed. And damage actually increases by 5% per row, which I didn't remember. Ryota can dash through neutral structures. So obviously, because it's only 5%, it's not a huge breakpoint, so it doesn't look like the damage is actually increasing there. But if he can get big chains going on, it is absolutely huge. It's a really fun groove to use, like, not just because, as I say, it can do the most damage, excuse me, but like, you can just dash around like hell. It is so fun to do. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, it allows him to deal potentially enormous damage should the enemy's units be arranged correctly, and he can use his own units because he can dash through his own units without dealing damage to try and achieve the perfect arrangement. It's really good. And yes, Ryota, very cool. I really like him both in the lore and in his commanding group. It's a shame his musical theme is a bit bad because, well, not a bit bad, just not to my taste. Because none of the music in this game is bad. It's just to different tastes. But he's really cool. I really like him. Cool. So yeah, that's that. We are almost through chapter 4. I don't remember if chapter 4 ends when we get here. But regardless, we'll have some more side missions to come up to soon, which is cool because there's some very cool side missions. More lore, and you know me, I love me some lore. So yeah, we will get onto that in the next episode. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a good one.